What is up, YouTube? Necrovalley here, and I'm coming at you with another video. This is a ruling video, another ruling video on what you can negate with judgment and what you cannot negate with judgment, or the Solemn Brigade in general. Okay, I was watching this YouTube video about this guy. He was trying to say, like, super polymerization can be negated by solemn warning or solemn judgment, and it clearly states on the card that this card cannot be, spells, traps, and monster effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. So, super polymerization is quite a really good card, especially in hero decks, or any deck that relies on fusions. So, super polymerization cannot be negated by solemn judgment or solemn warning. It does not matter if it is a counter trap. Spell speed does not matter against super polymerization because it is that broken. Now, people are trying to say, oh, you can use solemn warning on Fusion Gate. No, you cannot. Fusion Gate does not specifically special summon a monster when it's automatically summoned. However, Macrocosmos and Starlight Road, however, you can solemn warning these two cards because they special summon a monster upon its activation. So when this card resolves, you can summon one Heliopolis, the Primordial Sun. People forget about this effect. It can be negated by warning or judgment. Starlight Road, you can't negate it. You can negate it with judgment and warning. Same thing. Warning can negate it because it special summons a monster. So, however, Miraculous Descent is a little different, like Call the Haunted. Miraculous Descent targets a fairy-type monster that's been banished and special summons it. However, Solemn Judgment can negate that. It does special summon a monster. It's a trap card. Solemn Warning, however, can negate it a little bit quicker since it's a trap card that special summons. However, different at this is, these two cards can be stopped by Mystical Space Typhoon if you chain to it. However, if you just use Mystical Space Typhoon, pops the card, they miss their target, and there you go. That's the reason why Mystical Space Typhoon is godlike almost. Okay, what Solemn Warning can negate? Solemn Warning can negate a normal summon. When this card's normal summon, activate a card. Oh yeah, and Stratos. It can negate Stratos. Oops. Because it has a normal summoning effect, you don't get the effect because there is no such thing as Prio against Solemn Warning, and Prio is no longer that effect. So, however, when Thunder King is on the field, does not affect, well, it can affect Stratos' searching effect, but it does not affect its destruction effect. Tour Guide from the Underworld. Solemn Judgment can negate Tour Guide. That's fine. Solemn Judgment can negate Grapha because it's an inherent summon. Solemn Judgment can negate Machina Fortress. Thunder King can negate Grapha. Thunder King can negate Fortress. However, Solemn Warning cannot negate Fusion Gate, or anything that Fusion Gate summons cannot be negated by warning. It doesn't matter if it summoned it automatically. Fusion Gate is different. It does not summon automatically like Polymerization does. Polymerization, send cards from your hand and your side of the field to the graveyard, fusion materials on a monster card, then special summon that monster from the extra deck. Polymerization is special this way. Polymerization and Fusion Gate are two different cards, and Super Polymerization is a different card as well. They all do the same thing. They all special summon a monster. However, they have to be negated differently. Super Polymerization, on the other hand, cannot be negated. Unless it's Unless, what is that card? Fabled Unicorn. While you and your opponent have the same number of cards, negate all spells affect trap monsters affect your opponent, and destroy that spell, a trap card monster effect. So basically, Fabled Unicorn can stop super polymerization because it negates all spell and trap cards in effect by your opponent. So it's not actually negating its activation, it's just negating anything that's activated. So Fabled Unicorn is pretty much God against super polymerization. So if you're playing Fables and you're going up against heroes, your opponent activates Super Poly and you have the same number of cards in your hand, Fabled Unicorn, you can't activate Super Poly. But Super Poly is godlike because Shein cannot negate it. I am sorry. Okay. Shein is a spell speed 2. Yes, this card is also a spell speed 2. Shein says, once in its turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. However, super polymerization states spells, traps, and card effects cannot be activated in a response. That is a card effect. Read that. It's a card effect. It cannot be negated. However, Quasar says the same thing. When your opponent activates a card effect is activated, you can negate the activation and destroy it. No, you cannot. This card cannot be stopped. It does not matter what your spell speed is. This card cannot be stopped. However, you cannot use Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment because it cannot be stopped. You can, however, negate Relinquished, but you cannot negate the Relinquished monster. You have to negate the Relinquished spell. This is the spell card that summons it. If you miss this card, if you don't stop this card, then the special summon is complete and is fine. You cannot use Warning or Judgment against the special summon. However, you have to stop the summoning as soon as it's activated, because if you don't, then you're screwed. Solemn Judgment negates Pot of Duality. Solemn Warning does not. You can Solemn Warning return from a different dimension. You can Solemn Judgment return from a different dimension. There are so many things that you can use Solemn Judgment or Solemn Warning against. You can use Solemn Judgment against Starlight Road because it's a counter trap. Yes, because it's a trap card that's activated. So it doesn't matter what its spell speed is. But Solemn Warning can also negate Starlight Road because it's a trap that special summons a monster automatically. However, MST stops cards like Spellbook of Life. Oops. Spellbook of Life. Where is it? Where is it? Life. There it is. Okay. If you activate MST when your opponent activates Spellbook of Life, that is the time you should activate MST. MST should be activated when your opponent activates Call of the Haunted. They target a monster in the graveyard, activate that. They activate Miraculous Descent, activate MST. Stop them before they special summon. So, this is Necro Valley, my rant, or ruling video, and good night.